To the Music City, went 2-1 against some like opponents. Won a game, lost a game, won a game. If you're going to go 2-1, that's how you hope it is. You'd rather lose the middle one and come home and arrive happy. Really good test for our team. Saw a lot of different styles of play, and we had a lot of different individual performances along the way. But a good overall trip for us, and face a good challenge and a really good ORU team tomorrow.
Sorry, Jerry, I stole this mic. Was going to ask you for a reenactment of the end of that Wisconsin game, but I won't let you. But
I did. Have you been following all those things on social media where it says, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it? I was like, don't react, don't react, don't react, don't react on the last second play. Like, we don't need a torn muscle. So I was pretty calm on the last play when Mal and IT stole it.
Can you kind of talk us through the end of that game with your girls, and then maybe going back to that UT Arlington game and how that one finished, giving your girls confidence to end that game against Wisconsin?
Yeah, and I'll go back even one step further to a drill we do in practice called stop, score, stop. It's a drill we do a lot. It's a 3-possession kind of mini game where you got to get a stop, a score, and a stop. And that helped us at UT Arlington late in the game. And with 4 minutes and 15 seconds in Nashville against Wisconsin, we're down 15. And I said, we just need a few stops. We need 3 straight stop-score stops here, which we've done in practice many times, referred back to practices. We did it at Arlington. We can do it again. Let's get this 15-point lead down to a 5 or a 6-point gap in this 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And, you look prophetic when that 4:15 expires and you look up and you're down 6. And then you carry that momentum back out and you turn it in. I was at a 19-2 run, something like that, Jerry, or a good run to take the lead. And now you got all that momentum. And then when you start going into game situation, again, it's things we've done in practice. It's things we did at UTA. It can happen again. And because you've had that success, the kids are doing this instead of, I hope it works. They know it works. And then you put 5 guards in there and say, go for the ball, and they did, and it works out. That just breeds confidence in their teammates and each other, and what we're saying is right. And you don't always get rewarded that way, so I think all of those things culminated in 2 comeback wins in an early season with a young team is always a good sign.
Yes, Chelsea made the all-tournament team. Just what you feel she did stood out?
She was good in all 3 games. When there's an all-tournament team and you're on, it means you were consistent. She hit a couple of really clutch jump shots. She hit a 3 to tie the game, and she hit 4 free throws down the stretch. And she was good throughout the entire weekend. She was good on both ends. If you've noticed, Chelsea's had to be guarding the other team's post players because we play guards, and everybody we've played so far has tried to counteract that by putting 2 post players in. So she's really having to guard a position that she's never really guarded in her life. It's cost her a few fouls, which she's learning to play through and not get. But I thought she was just really resilient and was very versatile in whatever we needed. If we needed a scorer, she was a scorer. We needed a rebounder, she was a rebounder. She was really steady throughout. There were some good players in that tournament, so to make that field, that part of the recognition of being all-tournament was good. Well deserved.
Oral Roberts, just kind of what do you know about them? What are you expecting?
Their kid that's transferred from Oklahoma State in her 6th year is an incredible scorer. When we start going to watch film, you always try to kind of find a like opponent first. So I watched Kansas first. It was a single-digit game with Kansas into the 4th quarter. They played a very good and a highly ranked Iowa team within 13 points of the final score. They're tested, and they play a style too that's very conducive to knocking off upsets. They can turn you over. They've got great 3-point shooting. It's going to be good to have the Mayberries in here. I'm with Lee and Maya on that team. So we had a battle with them over there last year. We had to really play well. So our kids are familiar. We've got a lot of Oklahoma kids on our roster, and they do too. So they're familiar with each other.
What are you looking for just out of your team tomorrow now that you've come back from Nashville and you're back at home for a game before you hit the road again? What are you just looking for out of your team?
How resilient they are. Can they bounce back? We got home late last night. We had some weather. We had to fly into XNA. How do you handle adversity? We didn't practice on Monday. We'd had one scheduled. Just knowing how hard we'd had to play those 3 days, we got the kids in. We did a stretch out, and we took them to see the movie Creed. So Creed 2, not the first one, but so if I told them no boxing matches tomorrow in the game, but it kind of, that's, if you haven't seen that movie, it'll really energize you. So I think we'll be rested, but I'm anxious to see how we do on one day prep. You kind of have to do that every now and then. So I want to see us come out and play with a sense of urgency that we've been finishing games with. We played really hard at the end of all 3 of those games, not so much to start. So I want to see us take that and bring it out of the locker room. We've done that at home. We haven't done it on the road. I think we miss the fans and the atmosphere that Elvis and those guys create with that pregame, with our video, and people ought to get here early and see that. Our video, they do a great job with that stuff, and DJ Derek. That's part of that experience in it live that you miss if you watch it on a live stream. Thanks, y'all.